Hi, hello everybody. Welcome. So today I wanted to share something with you. I was watching a documentary on nature and what's going on with the planet, the cycles it goes through, and all these kind of things. And part of what they were talking about was instead of having a disposable economy, meaning we create a product from raw materials. So we go out and we harvest the raw materials, dig them up out of the ground or cut trees down and make things out of it or whatever, right? We take that, we call process that. And then from that, then we create a product and then we sell it and people use it. And then a lot of the products we make are disposable, meaning we just throw them into landfills and it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, which they really aren't. If you ever looked at what landfills look like, they're massive. They're the size of states now. And what do? To get more products, we have to go back to the source, cut down more trees, dig up more earth, et cetera, bring it in, process it, create a product, dispose of it, and we're always that. So it's more linear and disposable. And they were saying, however, when we get to the point, and we really need to, I think, when we get to the point where we have a circular economy so that nothing is ever wasted. Yes, we start with raw material, but once we have the raw material, we can move from raw material, process it, create a product, and then instead of, in a sense, disposing of it, we recycle it into its littler parts again. And then from there, we take those and we bring them back in now. Without having to go back to the original source, we have the processed material, which we can take now, in a sense, recycle it back into different, newer products, upgraded products. And then when we're done with those, they've served their use, we recycle them, break them down into their smaller parts, bring it back. So now it's a circular economy, yeah? And they were talking about how much more effective that is, how much we can save the environment, etc. Now, which I think is a wonderful thing. Now, let's take that and look at this in the aspect of life itself. You are life itself, the authentic nature. Authentic meaning the actual pure. There's no falseness to it. It's pure, authentic, exactly its pure sense of source without anything added to it, right? So that is the source. Life itself must express life, and that's what it does. It moves into form. And as it moves into form, it expresses itself for as long as that form is around. For the sun, right? The sun is hundreds of billions, I don't even know, whatever it is, hundreds of billions of years old, and they say it's going to go on for another 100 billions of years of whatever it is. Don't hold me to those numbers, but it's up there. But still, so that has a long, we would say, lifespan, right? Oh my gosh. As opposed to us, we say, okay, about 100 years or so, give or take, right? But if we look at like, my God, flies, I think they have a lifespan of like a handful of days. Fruit flies, I think, have like a 24-hour lifespan. Plants have a certain lifespan, etc., right? Minerals have a certain, they say minerals, they'll be around, they're around forever, but they don't, they break down. Okay. Point being is everything has a certain lifespan, and then it gets recycled. If you think about the human body, once we're either cremated or buried, it takes a certain amount of time, but it basically, as they say, ashes to ashes, right? Or if you're buried, the body just breaks down and is reabsorbed by the worms and bugs and fungi and parasites, right? We go, ooh, but it's okay, right? And then that then becomes earth, and then things grow out of that, right? However, so then that is recycled back into its essential parts, and it comes back up, and as we just said, now life automatically starts to express itself again in maybe a different form. Yes, well, it has to be a different form actually, even if it seems relatively the same. And it continues this cycle. So life, what I'm getting at is you as your pure, authentic nature, there is no waste. It's not like you lose some of your energy with every expression and then you come back, you lose a little bit more, you're not as pure. No, you come back to pureness. You come back to your pure source and then you immediately start expressing again because you are life itself. So you as life itself, you're never wasted, right? There's nothing, you don't lose an essence of a part of yourself. You are the whole. You are the whole. In Chinese medicine and philosophy, they give the diagram, I'll say, of a snake eating its tail. Yeah? Now that's not a bad thing. It just means that it's a constant circular life that continues to flow in and out of form, in and out of form. It's never affected by the form. It just loves expressing. So it flows into form and it flows out of form and it goes, I love expressing. Let's flow into form and let's flow. And this is what you actually are. So we could say, yes, the body and the identity are expressions for a time, and then we come back into our pure nature, and then we come back out and back into our true nature, because we as life itself are eternal, and our biggest joy is to just express our authentic nature into form. We say, I'll say it is said, that science and religion, you could even say philosophy, but we'll say religion, no matter what the religion is, are saying the same thing just in two different ways or two different languages: scientific language, religious language. And so they say that life, or if you want to use the word God, or the absolute, Brahman, Atman, source energy, Allah, whatever, it's okay. Whatever, that's perfectly fine. It's just a name that we're giving it to understand what we're talking about. But it's that which can't be described. It's your pure authentic nature. That, in religious terms, is the same as when they say energy in scientific terms. What do they say about both of these? They always are. There was no beginning or end to energy. There's just energy always is. It's infinite and eternal. We say the same thing about God. They say it can never be created or destroyed. That's big. So that's what we're actually talking about. So you as your authentic nature are never created or destroyed. You just always are. But created means you're being created into something. Yes? When you're not. You as your pure authentic nature are always pure, formless, eternal, infinite, as energy is. Yet it expresses itself into seeming forms, the body, the mind, all this around, everything, universes and planets and stars and everything, microbes and protons and neutrons and electrons and empty space. So you have no idea how amazing it is just to do this. Look at your hands sometimes and just, as crazy as it sounds, you go, my God, if you had any idea the compilations, the synapses, the neurons that are firing in your brain just to be able to do this, that we go, big deal, Dave. I do that all the time. I know. My question is do you really know? How can you be bored? How could you be bored when you go, my God, look at what I can do. Look at what I can do. I know it sounds crazy, but this is the joy of life. You start realizing you can just look out at things and go, my God, look at how, as the authentic nature, it is just fully expressing itself all the time. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that. I did. Thanks so much for sharing these days with me on the videos. Again, if you want to reach out, please do so. I'm right here. Love talking. Love talking to folks and helping them through. And you can share your experiences or share your frustrations or share your goals of what you want to create, and we can talk about that. All right, guys? Thanks so much. Take good care. Bye-bye.